We were back here live at PvP Live Studios for HPL. We're here for our third match of the night between Purple and Muzzy. Is Purple going to be able to, contain Muzzy here? We think he's going to be really aggressive. He has been in a lot of his matches so far. Or is Muzzy going to be a little different? We saw it in one of his matches. He switched it up a lot. Saw some success that way. What's going to happen?
Yeah, really big potential, I think, for Muzzy to change up his game plans here. But Purple has not shied away from that at all. In his matchup versus Nyria, tried to take full advantage of the fact Nyria was playing those control strategies. But in this game, this is a different one. He's got to prepare for Muzzy. Purple versus Muzzy right now is getting underway.
Yeah, and Purple queuing up Rogue right away.
Yeah, this is, again, one of his signature decks. We haven't seen him play it a ton here in HPL, but he's been extremely successful with his strategy in the past.
Yeah, this is just what I want to see out of Purple all day. I could watch him play this deck almost the entire day.
Such a brilliant mind for it, too. If you ever watch his stream, the way that he explains things and the foresight that he has, he takes a lot of different approaches that you don't typically see players take. And this matchup, I don't expect to be any exception to that.
Yeah, and Muzzy queuing up Druid, again, one of the most successful decks, actually just the most successful deck here so far in HPL. In his hand,
yep.
Pretty interesting from here.
Even got a copy of Harrison Jones in it. That seems to be a big talking point for the players here. The fact that you can prepare for your opponent specifically and you're not locked into playing a Harrison Jones against all of your opponents, I think that's actually one of the reasons we're seeing it more, is because you can kind of target those weapon classes from your opponent. Purple just going with a 4-4 Edwin Van Cleef here.
Love it. Let's get something on the board. Let's get this game started. Let's get some damage rolling. I also really like the Harrison Jones out of Muzzy. Purple's been playing a lot of strategies I've been utilizing weapons here.
Look at this, even just adding a 3-3 to the board.
Absolutely love this
play
play as well.
rolling. And the fact that he's got backstab, the fact that he's got sap.
Yeah, he's got sap to take care of anything that Muzzy's going to bring later. If Muzzy doesn't have something like swipe, that's another reason why Purple did this as well. He got it in that 4 damage before swipe could take out. If he doesn't have something like swipe, Muzzy is super far behind. Plus, Purple still has Azure Drake, backstab, Phantom Knives, sap, eviscerate. That is a ton of pressure behind that, and a lot of, he's going to get to draw extra cards off Azure Drake and Phantom Knives, so he won't run out of gas.
Even applying a little bit more pressure with his dagger. That's not something you always see. People like to have a fresh one up.
You see it a lot from Purple, though. He talks about it on his stream, like you said. He's very, very in-depth on how this deck works. He talks about always pushing as much damage as you can every turn.
So now this is the interesting turn for Muzzy. Is he going to unleash the Shade, or is he going to let this SI7 agent stick to the board and continue to do its thing? I mean, if he
so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, every single time that you choose to leave it around makes a big difference. He's actually going to go face with it here, and he might get a little bit punished by this. I don't think he anticipates Purple's hand being quite as strong as it is in this situation.
Yeah, Purple's got a big range of stuff he can do here. He can sap the Sludge Belcher if he wants to. It's very aggressive in this matchup. Sap is one of your best cards against Druid, but taking out cards like Sludge Belcher is generally what it's used for. But he could have done something like, eviscerate the Shade here after sapping Sludge Belcher and getting in damage. But you're going to see him just take care of this. You see him.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I was going to say, we're going to see the preparation into an Eviscerate here. I didn't know why he was grabbing the backstab.
Yeah, preparation Eviscerate is, the first thing we're going to see here, and then this SI7 agent looks like it's going to run over this token, and then he's going to use backstab in his life total to clear this out, and he's left with a fantastic hand. Still has sap. He's already seen a swipe from Muzzy, so Muzzy, likely doesn't have a second swipe in his hand. I love this play from him, but Muzzy understands that he needs to aggressively use these resources to clear everything out here, and using a Force Nature effectively as a second swipe, I think, is a great game plan.
Yeah, great play from Muzzy. Great play from Purple last turn as well. You explained it perfectly there. I loved that play from him.
Yeah, going to go with Antique Healbot. I mean, this is something he's going to look for as well. Try to stick one threat to the board, then deliver a massive amount of damage. And Muzzy going to choose to draw a couple cards here. He's got plenty of options in his hand. He even has Innervate and Wrath on this Antique Healbot.
Yeah, we might see this Harrison Jones come into play here over this next turn or two as well.
Yeah, I mean, Purple's going to have to do something if he wants to keep this board under control. And the fact that Muzzy's drawn so many cards and has a fistful of action afterwards, I don't know if he's going to be able to contain this.
Yeah, Muzzy already has a copy. Ooh, second Phantom Knives. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to sap here, too.
Yeah, I think he's fine just taking Muzzy's mana and, kind of handcuffing him on the way back. It's a fine tempo play. Muzzy, though, picked up a Lotheb. That's so big in this matchup.
I mean, this is really Purple's last attempt to really get something on board and get the damage rolling here. And Muzzy's got all the answers in the world. I mean, this isn't even a matter of if he can handle it. It's how he wants to handle it. And Dr. Boom.
Look how fast that Dr. Boom comes into play.
His big statement. Oh, this could open up a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is what I was talking about. You're going to see a turn where Purple moves in with this Tinker Sharpshooter Oil, and this Harrison Jones is going to be big.
Yeah, 6 damage to the face, and then I think he's going to follow that up with a Phantom Knives here. Yep. Going to clear out some of this board pressure. Picks up Eviscerate to go with it. And
oh, wow. And he gets
to the board.
Yeah, he gets to keep the SI agent here.
I mean, this is a great turn for Muzzy, though. I mean, he's got Harrison Jones and the Keeper of the Grove.
Yeah, he had lethal if Muzzy didn't have Harrison Jones here. You can see Purple kind of roll his eyes a little bit at that play.
Wow, even picks up Wrath here.
Even picks up Wrath to get another card here. Just everything going Muzzy's way this turn. Yep. You see Purple is not happy.
Yeah, even picks up a swipe here. You know, I have to believe
the man that has everything.
I think he just adds this Keeper of the Grove to the board with the Innervate and then threatens lethal next turn with Savage Roar, honestly. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He'd have lethal either way regardless, so it's going to be Piloted Shredder instead. And you can see Purple continue to roll his eyes. He's been checked at every single step of the way from this draw from Muzzy.
He still, if he, I was going to say, I think he's used his other Eviscerate already, so he doesn't have a card that actually threatens lethal here.
Yeah, Backstab, not the greatest draw afterwards. And Purple, he's had enough in this one. You know, I mean, just facing down too much damage on the board. What can he do in that position? Again, Muzzy just able to check everything at every step of the way. Druid has been on fire versus what players are bringing to the table. I mean, maybe people are preparing for the wrong deck.
Yeah, maybe people are preparing for the wrong deck. You saw Purple get a 3-0 victory in his first match here in HPL using Druid. Now he gets a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. His draw there pretty good, very aggressive in the late game, but you saw that Harrison Jones come in and just be backbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when he's playing this rogue strategy, his opponent does have to have the answers at every single step of the way. But when they have it, I mean, you know, how can you win that game? Yeah. I don't mind the rogue strategy in that regard. In fact, I like the aggression and forcing your opponent to have the right cards to deal with what you throw at them. But, you know, what can you do when they have everything? The game snowballs out of control.
No, you put it right there. What can you do? Purple's hand, he was kind of handcuffed by what he had in his hand. He didn't really have a ton of options going forward from that spot. He had to push there and make Muzzy have it, and Muzzy had it.
Yeah, very strong start from both of these players, but Druid, if you can't stop what it's throwing at you, it very quickly adds up.
People haven't been able to lately.
Not lately, they haven't. If you want to see for yourself, you can head over to pvplive.net and check out all of those Druid games that have happened. They got full stats breakdowns, recaps of those games, even replays of those games available in case you want to watch the full thing that's on there. Guys, Muzzy jumps out to a 1-0 lead here over Purple, and Hearthlytics in the hunt for their second win of the night. When we come back, Game 2 is going to be getting underway after these players make changes to their decks. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.